Alright, bunch of magic time, playing some Thing in the Ice, Sphinx's Tutelage, awesomeness. Oh, this deck is so sweet. I don't know if we can keep this, though, with just one land, and that land being Evolving Wilds. Although I like a lot of the other cards. But I think we got a mulligan. Well, we have a Tutelage. A Tutelage is something. And our opponent is also mulliganing. So we need to find card draw. Probably our bounce spells. Oh, they printed so many cards to make this deck better. We do not want another island. Oh, our opponent kept the old zero lander. Alright, Fumarole, go. Well, I'm assuming this works in our favor. Smoldering Marsh. Let's go... Let's just go Evolving Wilds pass. I don't think we need to clash here. And then next turn we can get our Tutelage down. Wow, our opponent drew 2 lands in a row. Maybe they accidentally skipped their turn. Alright, crack Evolving Wilds, get an island. Tormenting Voice. Alright, let's just island. I don't want to get hit by a negate or a clash. Let's just pass. I don't know what our opponent's on. Looks like they're going to pass. Alright, let's catalog here. Draw 2, discard a card. Let's discard a Highland Lake. Ooh, Fevered Visions. Alright, let's go for Tutelage, see what happens. We can't just keep doing nothing forever. Yeah, there's the negate. Alright, well, it got negated. We might be on the Fevered Visions plan. Fevered Visions is sweet because not only does it help us win with Tutelage, but it can win games on its own. I'm not excited about making our opponent draw cards, but... And, like good Howling Minds, it actually lets us draw first, even though it's on our end step, but... Fevered Visions. So, each player draws a card at their end step, and if our opponent has 4 more cards, they take 2 damage. So this will probably get our opponent out of their mana screw, but it's also going to win us the game. So, ooh, Thing in the Ice is sweet. Our deck is very good at flipping Thing in the Ice. Maybe the best deck in Standard at flipping Thing in the Ice. Our opponent finds a land. So they look like Grixis Control, maybe? They draw a card, take 2 from Fevered Visions. We draw an island. Well, let's Thing in the Ice. Opponent goes to counter. Well, let's Clash of Wills. Get our Thing in the Ice down, and then I think we'll just make Magmatic Insight, pitching this island, get a counter off our Thing in the Ice, and we'll just pass. We want to save this other land to discard. There's an Engulf the Shores, our trump card. So if we want to, we can flip Thing in the Ice next turn. Like Magmatic Insight, Clash X0, Tormenting Voice, swing for 7. Wow, our opponent goes with Painful Truce. That seems fine. Opponent draws a card. Has to discard 2. What are they even playing? Oh, this is like Grixis Eldrazi? Huh, okay. Grixis Eldrazi control. Well, that's the Sphinx's Tutelage. Let's go with Tutelage. Sphinx's Tutelage. Magmatic Insight, discard the land, get a counter off Thing in the Ice. Start the milling. Clash of Wills, Evolving Wilds, a couple lands. Then Magmatic Insight, pitching our island. Another counter off Thing in the Ice. Mills. Alright, now we just pass. Draw a card, mill some more. So Transgressive Minds, Dragonlord's Prerogative, Reality Smashers. That's what we're seeing out of our opponent. Lots of counter spells. They Painful Truce again? I don't know about this. They drop down to 8, draw a card. They have to discard 3. Tutelage. Mill some more. Well, let's just Tormenting Voice, pitching another Thing in the Ice. Flips around our Thing in the Ice. Draws some cards, gets some Tutelage triggers. I think we're going to win this one by damage, though. Get in with our Awoken Horror. Play our Highland Lake. And I think we just leave up Clash. Draw a card, do some more milling. Our opponent's problem is, if they can't get rid of our Fevered Visions, they are going to die to that damage on their end step. So they have to get rid of Fevered Visions, just to stay alive. They also have to get rid of our Awoken Horror, and they scoop it up mid-tap. Alright, that went well. Grixis Eldrazi, eh? Well, I think we can get rid of Crush. We might want Send to Sleeps. Fiery Impulse seems bad. Hydrolash doesn't seem great. So we can bring in maybe the 2 Icefall Regents, a Void Shatter, another Clash, and a Send to Sleep. Try it like that. Do we want negates? If we enforce through a Fevered Visions, I don't think we can lose. That card is that good in these slow matchups. I guess we can go down an Archive for a negate. Maybe just both Archives? Do we even care about Archive in this matchup? Let's go down both Archives for 2 negates. Also, Roast kills a Thought-Knot Seer. Maybe go down a bounce spell for a Roast. Alright, let's go down 2 bounce spells for 2 Roasts. Let's try it like that. Well, we got a Fevered Visions. If we can stick that, we're in good shape. Now let's lead on Evolving Wilds to get our single mountain. Smoldering Marsh and Island for our opponent. Are they going to discard us? Transgress. So they can take our Fevered Visions. I'm assuming it's got to be what they take. Yep, takes Fevered Visions. So we'll crack our Evolving Wilds, get our mountain. Island, go. Actually, do we want a Tormenting Voice here? What horrible thing. Yeah, let's Tormenting Voice, actually. Pitching an island. Double Magmatic Insight. Because they can't play Eldrazi yet, so the worst thing they're going to do is like Painful Truce, and I don't really care about Painful Truce, since we're planning on milling them out anyway. Next turn, we'll want to leave up Clash for like Thought-Knot Seer. There's the colorless mana. Shivan Reef. Alright, Island, go. We'll leave up our Clash, and if we don't need to Clash, we can Catalog. They know about the Clash, so they might not just play into it. Alright, let's Catalog. Draw 2, discard 1 will be... do we need to pitch a Magmatic Insight? Yeah, let's pitch Magmatic Insight. Get a Thing in the Ice. Let's just go Wandering Fumarole, pass. Leave up the mana to Clash a Thought-Knot again. Another land for our opponent. And there's Thought-Knot, so let's Clash Thought-Knot. I guess they could have Dispel. Alright, they have a Dispel. So they get to take a card from our hand. Probably Icefall Regent, I would assume, unless they just have a removal spell. Yep, takes Icefall. Ooh, we draw Fevered Visions? Well, let's go Fevered Visions, Island, Thing in the Ice, pass the turn. Hopefully they don't just have Reality Smasher. Another Thing in the Ice. Sunken Hollow for our opponent. Gonna hit us with the Thought-Knot. Down to 16. And alright, they draw a card, take 2. Ooh, Engulf the Shores is close to being good. So let's lead on Tormenting Voice, pitching Thing in the Ice. Removes a counter from our Thing in the Ice. Then we can Magmatic Insight, pitching Island. Remove a counter from our Thing in the Ice. And then we'll just pass. Draw a card from Fevered Visions. They're going to kill our Thing in the Ice? Oh, they have Dragon Lord's Prerogative? We can actually clash that if they don't have a dragon. No Dragon Lord's Prerogative. Alright. Clash of Wills, X1. Gets another counter off our Thing in the Ice. Well, that worked out. Draw a card. So we're set to flip our Thing in the Ice unless they kill it next turn. Which will make it huge and bounce the Thought Knot. Opponent hits us down to 12. Can they kill our Thing in the Ice? Not yet. They draw a card from Fever Visions, lose a life. Clash of Wills is sweet. Well, let's Tormenting Voice, pitch Magmatic Insight, flip our Thing in the Ice, bounce Thought Knot. Can they kill it at instant speed? What do they have? 5 mana? Oh, they're clashing it? Sure. Well, we still flip our Thing in the Ice, still balance your Thought Knot Seer. Draw a card. Get to attack with our Woken Horror. Yeah, that clash didn't do much for them. Put our opponent down to 9. And then I think we just play the land and pass. Draw a card from Fevered Visions. And I feel like we're in good shape. Opponent's going to replay Thought Knot. But we are going to Engulf the Shore? Do you have a counter, opponent? They have a counter. Alright. Well, that's fine. Can't pay for Clash. So their Thought Knot gets to take something from our hand. Problem is, they're going to have to chump our Thing in the Ice now. Because they draw, go to 7. We get to attack with a potentially lethal Awoken Horror. They have to chump with Thought Knot Seer. We get to draw a card. Evolving Wilds. We'll play another Fevered Vision. Play Evolving Wilds. Pass the turn. Draw a couple cards. Land and Catalog. Catalog's alright. It's a way to get rid of one of these extra lands. Well, now our opponent has to scoop it up. I was going to say beat double Fevered Vision and a flip Thing in the Ice. Well, that's how we do it. This deck is sweet. Alright, well, Grixis Eldrazi down.